So it's this whole thing of, are you going to believe God, or are you going to just make God how you want him to be? What's up, guys? Welcome to day 20 of the 30-day shred. My name's Alex Suber, and I'm reading the entire Bible in 30 days. Today we read Jeremiah chapter 37 to Ezekiel chapter 12. Here are my thoughts. Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. We are 20 days into reading the entire Bible, 2/3 of the way there. We are almost done with the Old Testament. Don't lie and say that you're sad about it. Almost in the New Testament, kind of switch things over, not so much death and destruction and craziness, but still some good content in the Old Testament. Today I want to talk about specifically a passage from Jeremiah chapter 42 and Jeremiah chapter 43. Now, in this passage, essentially a group of people come to Jeremiah and they ask him if he can speak to God on their behalf. And they start the conversation talking about the Lord your God. So they're like, Jeremiah, can you pray to your God and ask him what we're supposed to do? And then kind of midway through the conversation, they say, now the Lord our God. So they're like, hey, it's our God now. Like, we're all in this together. And so Jeremiah goes and he gets the word from God and he brings it back to them. And when he tells them what God has said, they're like, oh, whoa. There's no way that our God would say this. So it's kind of this quick thing from your God to our God. Now they're saying, oh no, our God would never say that. You've got it wrong, Jeremiah. Our God would never do that. He would never tell us to do it. So it's this whole thing of, are you going to believe God, or are you going to just make God how you want him to be? It reminded me of the story one time. My sister was having a discussion with one of our relatives, and they were disagreeing on some kind of theological, doctrinal type things. My sister was super young, so she probably didn't even really know what she was talking about. But it kind of got down to the point where this relative just simply said, let your Jesus be your Jesus and my Jesus be my Jesus. And that's kind of like a famous phrase in our family now. But I feel like that's how this passage is. It's like, hey, we both believe in the same God, but like, I'm going to believe in my version and you believe in your version. And let's not argue about it. Let's not go there. Let's just kind of have our own thing, and we'll just be cool with each other, and we'll just believe our own thing. And that happens so much in the world we live in today. So many of us were like, hey, I follow Jesus, or I'm a Christian, but we believe different things. Sure, there's doctrinal differences, and there's always going to be small things that we disagree on, because the Bible's not black and white on everything. But when it gets to the point where it's like, hey, I'm just going to make God in my image versus us living as people that are made in God's image, that's where we get it twisted. And I'm afraid that's what many people do today. And I want to make sure that I encourage you not to do this, is that we have to shape ourselves to follow God's will, not pick our will, pick what we want to do, pick our plans, make our plans, and then say, okay, God, you're going to fit in my plans. That's what the people in this passage did, and that's what so many of us do. It's like, hey, God, this is what I'm going to do. This is my plan, and I hope you're okay with it. And maybe we'd never say that out loud, but that's kind of how we live our life. Instead of saying, okay, God, whatever you say, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make my plans first until I hear from you. So I want to encourage you today, make sure that God is setting your plans. Make sure that God is shaping your life, not the other way around. We're not the controller of the universe. We don't know all things. We don't have it all together. We have to put that in God's hand and say, God, we want you to shape our lives. We want you to shape the way we think. We want you to shape our worldview, because we know that you are smarter, you're better, you know more than us, and that we're going to be better if we make ourselves in your image instead of making God in our image. Hey, thanks again for clicking on the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification. I'm making these videos every day. We've only got about 10 days left in this journey together, so I hope you enjoy the rest of it. I'll see you tomorrow.